Welcome back. A great break of 80 for Ronnie O'Sullivan sees him re-establish his two-frame cushion. As we get back to the action in the 7th, he's back at the table.
Part 2.
Reasonable opportunity for Trump though. Oh, and he's developed the awkward red.
1.
Yeah, what a bonus that was, because I don't think he played that. He's putting so much into the pot, but you get little bonuses like that, you have to make the best of them. As I said, that was the difficult red, and Judd was going to need it to win the frame in one visit.
8. Nine. Sixteen. 17. 24.
Felt he got a bad contact now. The problem here isn't the pot. I think he can't avoid a cannon in the second red here. He's just going to have to try and either softly screw off it or push the second red on and off the cushion. Was able to play it a soft screw. Got the blue in reserve, but still on the pink.
भैया अब बनी कहानी चलेगा पिंक डालेगा
Trump trapped O'Sullivan in a nasty snooker.
30.
And thus created a frame-winning chance.
Yeah, and that first snooker that he laid and just pushed the blue into the open paid off for him there.
Thanks. 31.
निकाल लेगा ये वाला फ्रेम भाई
Just check the scoreboard, but 28 in front. This black should be a formality. And back to just one behind again.
38. 40. 43. 47. 52.
Trump laid a snooker to create a frame-winning chance.
58.
And he's taken it well.
Good Trump.
So with that 58, Trump reduces his arrears to a single frame, but O'Sullivan still leads by 4 frames to 3.
फ्रेम आगे चल रहा अभी भाई
Thank
तीन
you.
फ्रेम से
Frame
लेट
8.
होगा ट्रम्प भाई.
Judge Trump to break.
O'Sullivan 4-3 up. If he could win this frame, he would be sure of starting the evening session with a lead of some sort.
शॉर्ट है भाई.
One.
Yeah, terrific long red again. Similar shot to a couple of frames ago. Screw into the pack. Screw back for the black here as well. Oh, perfect.
9. $16. 17.
I think it's important for Judd Trump to win one of these last two frames, isn't it? I think in these long matches, especially against an O'Sullivan in this kind of form, that if you just hang in there long enough, come the night session, your chances will come. So, as I say, important
24.
that he finishes at the very least, at the worst, sorry, 5-4 behind. Wouldn't want to be 6-3. You'd have to think that would be too big a start to give O'Sullivan going in this evening. So these next couple of
25.
frames, massively important.
Another precision cannon to leave himself on the back red.
32.
Doesn't fancy the back red. Red to far corner.
$33.
Yeah, he was playing for a choice of colours. Landed absolutely perfect in the pink. And back into perfect position.
39.
It's not a formality, but there seems to me to be a high probability that O'Sullivan will win the frame at this visit.
$40. $47. $48. $53. $54. 60. 61.
The frame has gone just past the 5-minute mark and it's already gone.
68. 69.
Yes, quintessential O'Sullivan this. Long red to start. Opened the bunch from his second red. Fluent, deadly.
76. 77.
Trump knows he's going to be 5-3 behind and won't want to be 6-3 adrift at the end of the afternoon.
85. 92.
कर दिए बहुत 10 शॉट
93. 99.
So it's this for his second century of the afternoon. Never in doubt.
Yeah, and he wants to give this packed audience a big one here, a big
105.
century.
106.
137, virtually his first visit to the table today. He can top that
112.
with the remaining colours.
140.
The total clearance would amount to 139.
170. 121. 126. 132.
132
Sheer class.
बहुत खेल के लिए बढ़िया भाई
A total clearance of 139. O'Sullivan leads by 5 frames to 3.
Thank you. Final frame of this session. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Wait, that was awkward. I don't know why I went like this. Hey creators, welcome back to the monthly roundup. I've got some nice updates for you all, and if you need more information, check out the description. One new thing, if you leave us a comment below,
2 total clearances, 2 80s and a 70 have been the chief components of O'Sullivan's 5-3 lead.
भाई ने ब्रेक कर दिया मैच अब भाई को लीड करना पड़ेगा आगे भाई 5 3 8 मैच हो गए 19।
O'Sullivan will be going hard for this frame. If he resumes this evening 6-3 up, it's difficult to see him losing. 5-4 though, and Trump would certainly be in with a shout.
We did see in this year's World Championship final, Clive, didn't we? Mark Selby come back from, well, not an impossible position, but I think he was 10-5, 11-5 behind roughly at one stage. And he wasn't punishing O'Sullivan the first half of the match, but he is human. He's the same as any player. If you start punishing him, the pressure will go on him. So that's what Judd has to do. Just has to start taking these half chances.
And there's a special pressure if you start losing a very big lead.
The lead word.
O'Sullivan decided to commit fully to the pot there. Could have done without cannoning the second red quite as thick, because this is one of those nasty cutbacks on the black.
Eight.
फिर भी ऐसा एक फाउल तो नहीं होगा।
Once again, a considered approach from O'Sullivan when he's in the balls. Taking his time, thinking about every single shot he's playing here. Thinking about the pattern he wants to take them in. Once again, round he comes. Clear in his mind. I think an O'Sullivan of 10 or 15 years ago would have already played the red, in the left middle. It just shows you how much he's up for this.
O'Sullivan's mindset is that he not only wants to win, but he wants to win with peak performance. Many's the time I've heard him after
22.
winning quite comfortably against good opposition being scathingly self-critical.
Yes, he's his own biggest critic again there, walking round the table, taking his time. We have to just put a little trace of right hand side in this just to square up the pot.
23.
Just about okay here, just drop the black in Dead weight. I'm not sure the two reds together, whether the top one will pass it. Well, the way he's looking, it obviously doesn't. So I have to top this through on and off the cushion maybe. Try and drop in between. Oh, this is genius. Little screw shot off the other red. Just pushes that one into the open as well.
$38. $39.
Into the bunch, and if this works out well, there would be every chance of 6-3.
Just a hint
46.
of a grimace on his face, but looks like he can get through to the red. Yeah, he's no project. He was just, I think he was just concerned about being too straight, but the pot's not a problem. May just have to settle for being low in the blue. Right. Hint of
47.
angle on it, could just force it through, so back in good position. Again, taking his time. He knows how vital this frame is, Clive, isn't it? A 6-3 lead, as you said earlier, it'd be difficult to see Judd winning from there. He can, of course, but in this form, hard to see anyone compete.
$52.
What?
53.
Key shot in. Red colour red. That'll be 6-3.
61. $68. $69.
It is going to be 6-3. Trump recovered from O'Sullivan's initial onslaught
74.
when he went to 2-0 with
75.
breaks of 137 and 78. Trump equalised at 2-all.
81.
But it's certain now that
82.
O'Sullivan is going to take 4 of the last 5 frames of this afternoon session.
$89. $90. $95. Thank you. 96.
O'Sullivan's third century of the afternoon. His second in consecutive frames.
104.
I'm running out of superlatives
107.
to describe O'Sullivan's performance.
109.
I'll have to send out for some more.
112.
Brilliant, superb,
116.
masterly, marvellous. All those.
121.
Like a ballroom dancer, Clive, and the table's his partner. And he's leading.
127.
So with back-to-back total clearances of 139 and 134, Ronnie O'Sullivan ends the session in supreme style and carries a 6-3 lead into the final session.
What a session from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Trump only taking 1 frame out of the last 5. But just look at O'Sullivan's pot success rate. This is O'Sullivan at his best, and you have to question whether Judd Trump will be able to live with him in the final session. It's looking oh so good for Ronnie O'Sullivan, but I'm sure there are a few twists and turns still to come. As the players return for the second session, we're going to join the action in the 10th frame. O'Sullivan at the table, trailing by 5 points. Commentary comes from Clive Everton and Neil Folds.
That was miles too thick.
I think he hit the wrong red, actually. I think he hit the first red of the 2.
One. Six. Seven. Twelve.
Not so good.
13.
Good recovery.
कबड्डी हो पाएगी कि नहीं?
Well,
16.
he's over-screwing a lot of shots. I wondered if he could have screwed it round off 2 cushions. He's got the power. Come out to the middle of the table. Nice recovery, but the next shot's also difficult. If this black goes in, he'd fancy making even more from this chance.
$24. 25.
Trump is right in now. So this is the sort of position from which He ought to win the frame.
32. 33. $40. 41. 48. 49.
Well, the cannon was not as he wanted. He wanted to hit the further to the right as we're looking of the red and not be queuing over the top of it. Bit of work still to do. Still 75 on, and he can only get 61 in front. And the pot's difficult, and getting on the next red is going to be challenging. Goodness me, right-handed over the top of a ball. Ooh, just.
56.
But not cleanly potted, which means he's not really on this red easily. This is the one with the colour. Oh dear. It was all from that shot where he didn't quite get the cannon right.
56.
3 shots back now.
$61-0 with that 56 break, but enough balls remaining for O'Sullivan to snatch the frame.
Yes, the red doesn't really go past the pink. It's to the right middle. That's not available, that shot. Ooh, wow, what a shot that is. What a narrow angle, Clive.
Some of O'Sullivan's middle pocket potting is really extraordinary.
Well, I think that red going in, that initial red, came as a real blow to Judd Trump. As he sat there, he looked a bit deflated, actually. A lot of hard work has been done, but goodness, Ronnie with a chance now to pinch this. This is where we find out if he's carrying on from this afternoon, I think.
$15. 16. 23. 24.
24.
'Well, the red's far enough away from the cushion, the right-hand red that is, that he could play on it, but he might just want to get it into the middle of the table. He's got an angle to come near it if he chooses. Not essential though.
31.
But it's just one more decent positional shot here, and the frame will probably be Ronnie's, the way he's been queuing.
बढ़िया भाई, एक सेट पॉइंट के लिए
Best possible position for the last red.
Couldn't have put it better with his hand than where it's finished, as you say.
$37.
Just what looks to be a gentle screw up the table. Not using a cushion. Effortless.
43.
And all the colours on their spots, poised for a winning clearance.
45.
बर्ड से डाल देगा भाई, देखना ये
48.
तो
If O'Sullivan clears up here, it will be a real kick in the teeth
52.
for Trump's chances of getting back into this match.
$57.
57
It's been majestic so far. Still got to finish this off.
3 फ्रेम से लीड कर रहा है रोनी भाई, और अब लीड
63.
करेंगे 4 फ्रेम से.
O'Sullivan trailed 61-0. But starting with a red at a very acute angle to the middle pocket, he clears up with 70 and increases his lead.
It's looking ominous for Judd Trump. Ronnie O'Sullivan needs just 3 more frames to successfully defend his title. On to the next frame. Trump is at the table with no scores on the board.
फ्रेम और जीतना भाई.
Excellent.
मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी तो.
No, that's a good kiss. He deserves it.
6.
As you say, the red was brilliant, and the pink wasn't. The blue wasn't bad either.
$7.
A bunch of very tightly grouped up here. He's going to try and go into them.
ये में स्ट्रिंग हो गया.
14. 50.
Lots of reverse side on that, left-hand side. Key ball fizzes up the table. Well, he can reach the red to the right corner if he wants it. Getting the rest out here. He's decent with the rest. Personally, don't think he's the best player in the game with the rest, but
20.
he's all right still. Well, aside from that,
Judd Trump 23. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
he's trying to get that cue ball across even further, wasn't he? Unlucky to go in off either way. He wouldn't have been on anything.
12 out of 16 long pots. O'Sullivan has sunk.
Goodness me, what a shot. I mean, the red was one thing, gliding that in.
8.
And that is how to break the reds open.
Nine.
Black on spot, bunch open. Whenever that happens, you expect O'Sullivan to win the frame.
Just a little gentle cannon there, I understand why. To free the two reds up, he had plenty that he would be on anyway. Couldn't really go wrong.
16. 17. $24. 25.
Early this week, I suggested that Trump was coming into his prime at the age of 25. I'm wondering now how long O'Sullivan's prime will last. And he's 39 next month.
32.
Yeah, for once that wasn't one of his better shots. He should be okay. He didn't really want to be getting the extension on the cue on this shot and be using the rest awkwardly, so it wasn't clearly what he was hoping for. It's the nearest thing I could even find to a mistake, just a slight error of position.
He's holding the rest at an awkward angle. It's a bit of a stretch to reach it. He's got an extension on his cue.
Yeah, it's always difficult when you're leaning across with the rest of the right hander from that side of the table. I want to get the cue through straight. I think Ronnie knew that. That's why he put the length on the cue. Played it from the end of the table rather than side.
Not one of his best.
No. 3 shots now in a row. He got the wrong side on the black on that previous awkward shot with the rest. Now this. And that's very unusual for Sullivan to break down when the balls are in open play. This time I think he has to play safe. Can't dig anything out here.
Well, I'm sure Trump was fearing the worst a few shots ago. But he is going to get back to the table.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 40.
वही सुबह पड़ गए ट्रम्प भाई, क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं।
Played the pot in such a way that he was getting the cue ball back into baulk, but look where the Reds finished.
Yeah, he's a tiny bit unlucky. It was the cue ball, as you say, that he had control of, not the red. I don't know how many more chances Ronnie would need to win this frame. He's had one. Ended up playing the good safety shot that got Judd in that predicament.
साथ नहीं दे रही भाई आज ट्रम्प भाई की।
Played that well, actually. Nothing but right in behind the blue. It helps him a lot.
ये हो गई
6. Seven. 13. $40.
Only needs a red and a colour
20.
now.
$21. $28. $29.
At the conclusion of this frame, O'Sullivan will have won 4 in a row from 4-3.
35. 36.
How many frames? 11 we've played. His pot success 96%. And in live play, he's hardly missed a ball. Occasionally, he's missed 1 or 2 at the end of a frame
43.
early in the match.
45. 48. 52. 57.
एक और सेंचुरी
63.
जो फिनिश हो गया मैक्स 114।
O'Sullivan made breaks of 40 and 70 in that frame and now holds a commanding lead of 8-3.
Thank you. Frame 12. Judd Trump to break.
this capacity crowd would like to see Trump get back into contention, but O'Sullivan is playing so well that it's going to be very difficult. Three total clearances and 5 more breaks of 70 plus have featured in O'Sullivan's performance. Almost knocked that red into a possible position, but hasn't. O'Sullivan has outpointed Trump 1,015 to 346.
प्रेम भाई एक प्रेम और पता लेकिन
Steve Trump on the left there with Mrs. Trump. They've seen their son in triumph and adversity, and this is adversity. Great shot.
Yeah, they'd have liked it as well, Mrs. Trump there. It was beautiful cueing. His hand on the rail. That's as good as anything we've seen. That's a really good shot in position as well.
Five. Eleven.
But out of position.
Judd Trump. 11.
It's hard, isn't it? O'Sullivan is just amazing to middle pockets.
Yes, I'd say all pockets, but I take your point. A couple into there he's knocked in have been quite something. The one that won the first frame of the evening, the opening red, such a narrow angle. And that with the cue ball close to it.
8.
Now, for once he misjudged a
9.
cannon there. Thought he would hit the bunch of thing a little fuller on. And now this next black will be really difficult. I don't think he can refuse it either. I mean, he leaves plenty if it doesn't go in. But in the jaws from there, this is tough. Missed it by a mile.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Not used to
9.
being in there, I suppose. He's normally right in behind the black level.
One.
Was bound to leave trump that red if he missed the black.
Eight. Nine.
I'm sure Trump has no thought of winning at the moment, but all he can do is do his best in each frame and see what happens.
$14. 50.
Yes, I mean, we can look at all these stats all day, but the bottom line is Trump is on 91% pot success, and we've played 11 and a half frames. And there are many matches that would be enough to win them.
23.
But he's getting beaten 8-3. So he's not playing badly. I won't have that said. He's played nicely overall, but he just run into an unstoppable force, really. That didn't go in the middle of the pocket, which means position's not onto the red he wanted. He's got a reserve to the right middle.
30. $31. $34. $35.
Well, the black won't go. He's not on the pink as he would like.
If you want, or do you want to wait? I think we're just going to leave it. Yeah. Are you going out or staying there? Staying there.
लीड पकड़ लिया अभी
Who would deny him that little nudge? It was
41.
completely out of his control. Only O'Sullivan maybe, but nobody else would deny him that.
42.
Well, the pink was very thin, so he had to hit it pretty hard to get it to the pocket. And it was just as well that there was a red in baulk.
$47.
So from his second decent opportunity in this frame, it does look as if he's going to clinch it.
48.
$50 in front, so it's just this blue.
$53. $54. $61. $62. $69. $70.
Enough balls left for a century.
It's a good effort, isn't it, this? You know that
75.
Ronnie had missed one. Black into corner pocket from the jaws.
77.
Judd must have been disappointed with the way the evening had gone because he hadn't played badly. He'd got himself in the position to win the first frame of the night. A couple more disappointments on that score, but this has been a good break. Just demonstrating that he is in good form and has been all week.
80 का ब्रेक मार के भाई 100 गलती एक गलती हो गई
84.
एक फ्रेम और जीता
89.
Trump closing in on 300 centuries. His present total stands at 294.
95.
And with that welcome clearance of 102, Judd Trump breaks his 4-frame losing streak. Ronnie O'Sullivan, though, still leads by 8 frames to 4.
Thank you. Frame 13. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
O'Sullivan within 2 frames of retaining the Champions Trophy.